Alright, I just got back from an 11-ish mile run. I went up the backside of Sunita, so really try to keep it easy. But it was still 11 miles, but that is my shortest day of the week. But I have a long run tomorrow, and I can just tell like I really need the calories, so I'm about to eat lunch probably within the next 45 minutes or so, but I want to do some stuff, like little stretches and exercise before I eat lunch. So I just want to get in some calories now. Really need to get in a lot of calories today for a good long run tomorrow. So, I always like eating solid foods, but for a time like this, I'm using this recovery mix from Unived, and yeah, I'm just gonna have that really quick and then do my exercises. Okay, so I want to show you guys my process of getting everything ready for tomorrow's long run. If you're one of my athletes, you know I'm a big believer in practicing race day fueling. So I'm going to try to plan that out for tomorrow's long run tonight, because if I wait till the morning, then I end up getting out the door way later than I wanted to. So I'm going to try to plan ahead and get everything ready tonight. But first, a quick update on everything that's been going on with me. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously because I haven't shown you the outside really, but I'm back in sunny Colorado and the weather's been pretty great, so happy to be back. And training, been running a lot more this week, and I'm honestly feeling a little bit more tired than usual this week, but that's a combination of things. Like, yeah, I'm increasing my mileage again, but I kind of been waking up earlier than I wanted to because I think I'm still on East Coast time. And so that's not helpful for me. And I'm also just like feeling like I'm behind and catching back up on stuff. So I think there's just a little bit extra anxiety there, to be honest. So hopefully I'm starting to catch back up on stuff and that will slowly go away. And I also just realized like I need to like take a moment to breathe and actually like just not go through the day and go through the motions, but actually take a moment to slow down and appreciate everything. So videos always help me do that. But yeah, going back to training, increasing my mileage a little bit, which I don't know, kind of feel like a hot mess right now. If I'm being perfectly honest, because I saw my physical therapist Tim on Monday, and to be frank, I flat out told him I don't think just trying to raise my right knee and to get it as high as my left was working. I felt like it was making things worse. Not that, obviously it's an issue that I can't bring my right knee up as freely as my left knee, but like just thinking about that wasn't working for me. Like I really thought it was just throwing me off more. So after looking at more running form videos and telling him what I was feeling and doing more tests, we decided that I'm just going to really focus on strengthening my left glute and I should be specific here, left glute max and left hamstring for at least a month, just to go really heavy and do stuff to strengthen those areas every single day, because those are muscles that are supposed to be able to handle a lot. And so I can do exercises for them every single day. Maybe I should vary how much I do every single day or how heavy I go every single day, but those, I should be able to work that, do some sort of exercise every single day. And so obviously we feel like there's a big discrepancy between strength between sides now, so I feel like, I guess obviously stumbling over my words here, but it's because I'm thinking of years past. And I guess I knew that was a problem because the thing is, whenever you have a long-term foot ankle injury, often that results in one leg being weaker, especially when it comes to your glutes. There's actually been some good studies showing that, like, if you have a foot problem or a problem around your foot, that it can turn, this is gonna simplify it too much, but it can turn off how well your glute activates. And if you think about it with Achilles, so sorry, this is hard to do, but we'll say this is like my Achilles. So like you get to a certain point in the push-off phase and it starts to hurt, so you can't push off that leg all the way. And that's gonna affect how well I was pushing off my left leg all the way up to my glute max. So I knew it was weak in my head. I knew it was weaker in my head, but there's so many other things to think about that sometimes it's hard to actually put what you know, and, well, I should say, to use what you know and actually like make a plan for it. I think it's so easy to get caught up in other things. And I did spend times where I focused more on strengthening my left leg, but not enough. And I think it's easy to just be like, I'm going to focus more on one leg for 2 weeks and then stop doing that. And then you just go back to old patterns and then the problem just persists. With all that said, I don't know if it's gonna work. I feel like I keep just trying things and it's a guessing game and you just hope one thing's gonna work. So we'll see. Interesting. Well, it should be good news. I don't know if it is for me right now that Black Canyon got the go-ahead to go and I got the okay to be off the wait list. But honestly, if I continue to feel like my legs aren't working the same way, I don't know if running 100K is a good idea just because, like, if I'm gonna do 100K and do a golden ticket race, I want to show up feeling like I'm ready to perform at my highest level. And if that's not the case, then I don't know if I want to be on the start line or not. So I see Tim in a month, and just because he said that's probably be about the time to really try to even out. So we'll see. I really, really want to do Black Canyon, and really I'm not in pain. And okay, sorry, my battery died, but I know he's talking about Black Canyon. So as I was saying, we'll see if I'm going to do it or not. Really fingers crossed that things will work out and I'll feel like I can use both my legs the same way again. And I know somebody mentioned, it was very nice, saying that I was too hard on myself with running form. And I wish I could say that was true, but I know I could go different ways on this, but maybe I'll wait to actually like talking about like running form and why running form looks different among people in the next video. But for myself right now, the big issue, it's not just how my running form looks, it's how I feel when I was running. It's not a good feeling to feel like both your legs are working the same way. But backup plan, if I don't do Black Canyon 100K, my next race, I would just move on to Canyons 100K, which is also a golden ticket race. And I know I've actually mentioned the golden ticket series a lot because I keep going back and forth about some thoughts about it. But I guess now it's pretty obvious that if I would go from Black Canyon to Canyons 100K, that I would be going for that golden ticket. I have ran Western States before, and I have won an entry into it. That's when it was called the Montreal Cup instead of the Golden Ticket Series, and it's been 10 years since I ran Western States. So I guess I'd kind of like to do it if I manage to win a spot in, but we'll see. If not, there's always other races to do that really inspire me. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And now going on, like, I'm gonna try to still run Black Canyon. Fingers crossed that will happen. And I'm gonna plan out my long run fuel tomorrow. Okay, not the best angle to show everything at once, but I laid out my nutrition for tomorrow's long run. I really planned things out for 4 hours. But it could go longer than that, so I brought some extra stuff too. But I wrote everything down on here just to keep it straight in my head and write down calories and sodium per hour. So tomorrow, I actually prefer to use a hydration reservoir and put the water weight on my back. But for racing, it's easier to go with soft flasks up front, just to keep track of how much I'm taking in per hour. So I'm going to test that out tomorrow. You know, this is why we test things during long runs to see how they work out for us. So testing out these are about 17 ounces or 500 milliliters hydration flasks. So gonna plan to do at least 1 per hour, but I am bringing, so I should say I might stop at my car halfway through. Well, I will stop at my car halfway through. And switch things out, and I also gonna bring extra water and some gels with me. But so typically for the first hour, I tend to do a little bit less calories because just letting my stomach get the hang of things, and I eat breakfast, so I just don't feel like, well, for most people, you don't need as many calories the first hour. But I'm still doing a decent amount if I drink this whole bottle, which I plan to. So I'm going to use this Unived Elite drink mix, which is about, it is 190 calories, and it's about 500 milligrams of sodium if you count it says sodium 289 milligrams, and then sodium bicarbonate is 200 milligrams, so right around 500. So that's it for the first hour. Put water in the flask, mix in the drink, and I do tend to like to get a lot of my calories from drinks. I just feel like it makes my life easier to get in my electrolytes and calories at once and not have to worry about always eating gels every like 20-30 minutes or so. And okay, so that's the first hour. Second hour, I'm gonna do another drink mix, and then I also have a gel which is 110 calories, so that would put me at 300 calories that hour. I do want to see if my stomach can handle 300 calories per hour right now, but I don't know if the second hour is going to be too soon for that. Sometimes I do quite well, closer to 200 calories per hour, but I would like to see if 300 calories per hour is something I can handle. And then, so this total with the, sorry, this is a better angle to see what I'm talking about. So this together, there's sodium in this gel packet, and going back to my sheet, which I wrote down, it'd be around 630 milligrams of sodium. I might try to add on a salt pill, which has 214 milligrams of sodium in it, and that would bring me to around 840 milligrams of sodium, which could be a lot, but I also feel like I do really well when my sodium intake is high as I'm running. But it could be too much, but this is why I'm experimenting during a long run, because I can test it out, see how it works out, and see if it's something I can handle on race day or not, and hopefully avoid stomach issues on race day. It's so important to practice race day fueling, get your stomach used to things, and just see how you respond. And then really it's going to be right around the same plan for all the following hours. The only difference is for this third and fourth hour, I have this gel that's 190 calories, so I'll split that in between the hours, and also possibly take one salt pill each hour, maybe less than that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll spread it out, like a salt pill every hour and a half. Yeah, so we'll experiment with that and see how it goes. So I do suggest kind of writing out what you plan to do, because then you're more likely to follow the plan, and then if it works out, you can look back as you're planning your race day nutrition, or if it doesn't work out, you can see what changes you might need to make for the next time. So it helps me to see things, at least like rough draft right now of the plan. So that's what I'm going to try for tomorrow. Oh, again, just in case it goes longer, we'll bring extra water to drink, because this is 17 ounces sometimes. It might be better to go 20 ounces or even up to 24 depending on how hot the race is. So we'll see. Probably would be good to get a little bit more water. But tomorrow's supposed to be, I think, in the 40s. So we'll see. But yeah, then I have some extra gels just in case the long run goes a little bit longer than 4 hours. Sorry, my arm's getting really tired. I'm holding up the camera. I should probably get a stand or just ask Sage to film. But yeah, so that's my hydration plan, and now it is time to make dinner. So this week for our friend Kelly's CSA company is called Rad Real Athlete Diets. She gave us, I'm not going to pronounce this right, shakshuku, something like that. I guess it's like a Middle Eastern egg dish, but of course like make everything vegan and plant-based. So I do have like tempeh, which would also go with it in the oven right now, but Sage really likes this just egg stuff. So I did throw some of that in there, though I did not do it very well, but as long as it tastes good, right? So that's what's for dinner, and it looks like it is almost done. Alright, that is a wrap for this video. I'll definitely have 2 bowls of this though. And yeah, thank you for watching. As always, I love to hear from you guys, so tell me what you're up to, what kind of videos you'd like to see, and then until next time, keep riding wild.